Hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome. Today we are going to study about animal tissue. Animal tissues are classified into epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. Types of epithelial tissue: squamous, columnar, ciliated, cuboidal, glandular. Connective tissue are of two types: fluid connective tissue, skeletal connective tissue. Fluid is of two types: blood and lymph. Skeletal is of four types: bone, cartilage, ligament, tendon. Muscular tissues are of three types: striated, smooth, cardiac. Nervous tissue neurons are present. What is epithelial tissue? The covering or protective tissue in animals is called epithelial tissue. The organs that are protected by epithelium are almost all organs. Outer and inner surface of the organs such as stomach, blood vessels are covered by epithelium. Mouth cavity or nasal cavity are also covered by epithelium. Renal tubules of kidney and alveoli of lungs are also made up of epithelium. Not only the internal parts, our outer skin is also made up of epithelium. Features of epithelial tissue. These tissues are tightly packed and there is no intercellular space. Importance of epithelial tissue. Anything which has to enter our blood from the external environment have to pass at least once through this epithelium. Exchange of gases takes place in alveoli through blood vessels. Alveoli and blood vessels are also covered by epithelium. Now let us study about types of epithelial tissue. Different types of epithelial tissues are there depend upon their function. First, let us study about simple squamous epithelium. This tissue has single layer of cells which are thin and flat. This tissue forms delicate lining of internal organs. The lining of blood vessels and esophagus are made up of simple squamous epithelium. The internal organs like stomach and kidney are made up of muscles, but their internal lining are made up of simple squamous epithelium. Alveoli in lungs play an important role in exchange of gases. The blood capillaries and alveoli both are made up of simple squamous epithelium. Our skin is also of squamous epithelium, but not simple, it's stratified epithelium. Stratified means layers. Yes, our skin is made up of many layers, hence it is called as stratified squamous epithelial tissue. Why the skin has epithelium in many layers? Because to protect our body from wear and tear. Hence, squamous epithelium is of two types: simple squamous epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium. Examples of simple squamous epithelial tissue are alveoli, esophagus, blood vessels, mouth. Example for stratified squamous epithelial tissue is skin. Now let us study about simple cuboidal epithelium and columnar epithelium. Now let us study about cuboidal epithelium. Where do we find this cuboidal epithelium in our body? We find this tissue in linings of salivary gland, pancreas duct and kidney tubules. The main function of cuboidal epithelium is providing mechanical strength. The main important function of cuboidal epithelium is secretion. Sometimes this cuboidal epithelium specializes into glands and secrete certain chemicals. This type of epithelium tissue is known as glandular epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium is present in lining of kidney tubules and intestine, helps in absorption of materials. Next one is columnar epithelium, means pillar-like. Where do we find this columnar epithelium in our body? This tissue mostly found in inner linings of the stomach, small intestine and large intestine. The function is absorption as well as secretion. The inner lining of the stomach is made up of columnar epithelium which secretes acid, digestive enzymes, mucus. The columnar epithelium which is present in our lungs have cilia which helps in upward movement of mucus. Columnar epithelial tissue which have cilia are also called as ciliated columnar epithelium. Ciliated epithelium are also found in fallopian tube of female reproductive part, which helps in movement of ova or egg from ovary to uterus. Now let us study about connective tissue. The tissue that connects different tissues and gives different structure to other tissues and organs is called connective tissue. Blood, bones, cartilage are the examples of connective tissue. Blood is a fluid connective tissue that connects all the parts of the body. Bone is another type of connective tissue which gives shape and support to the body. Common features of connective tissue are cells are loosely arranged and filled with matrix. In blood, matrix is fluid, and in bones, matrix is hard. Blood is a fluid connective tissue, and blood has different types of cells: RBC, WBC, platelets. These cells are embedded in matrix called plasma. What are the functions of blood? Blood transports oxygen as well as nutrients to all the body cells. Whatever all the waste which are present in our body, the blood transports all the waste materials to the kidney and filter here, and also transports the hormones, maintains the body temperature, and also maintains the pH value and maintains the fluid volume. If blood vessels are ruptured, then platelets will come and cover them. So blood helps in clotting of blood and also prevents the infection. If any microbes will enter our body, these WBCs act as antibodies and fight against these microorganisms. Another type of connective tissue is bone. Bone is a strong and non-flexible tissue. Bone is embedded in a hard matrix which is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. What are the functions of bone? It forms the supportive framework of the body. It holds the muscles tight and helps in movement. It also protects the sensitive internal parts of our body. Now let us study about difference between blood and bone. Blood is a fluid connective tissue, whereas bone is a hard and non-flexible tissue. Blood connects different parts of the body, whereas bone gives support and shape to the body. Blood has cells like RBC, WBC, platelets, whereas bone has osteocytes. Matrix of the blood is in fluid state, which is called as plasma. It is composed of water, proteins, hormones, and salts. The matrix of the bone is hard, which is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds. This is all about blood and bone. Now let us learn about tendons, ligaments, cartilage, areolar, adipose tissue. First, let us see about ligaments. Ligament is a kind of connective tissue that connects two bones together. It is very elastic and has considerable strength. Ligaments have very little matrix. Now let us see about tendons. Tendon is a kind of connective tissue which connects bone and muscle. The matrix of tendons has so many fibers. It has great strength and limited flexibility. Now let us see about cartilage. We have soft bone at the tip of our nose, ear flaps, etc. This soft bone-like material is called cartilage. It is a kind of connective tissue. Cells of the cartilage are widely spaced. The matrix of the cartilage is made up of proteins and sugars. The surface of the bones are smoothened by cartilage. Cartilage is present in nose, ear, trachea, larynx. Next we are moving towards areolar tissue. This tissue is present between the skin and muscles. It wraps blood vessels and nerves. It is also present in bone marrow. Functions of areolar tissue. It fills the space inside the organs. It also helps in repair of the tissues. Next one is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is found below the skin and between internal organs. Adipose tissue contains cells called adipocytes. Those are called as fat cells. The main function of this tissue is to store fats. It also acts as an insulator of heat. Now, let us study about features of muscular tissue. The cells of the muscular tissue are elongated. Muscle cell contains special proteins called contractile proteins. Muscles are able to contract and relax. Functions of muscular tissue. Muscular tissue gives shape, support, and causes movement. Now, let us see types of muscles. Voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, cardiac muscles. What do you mean by voluntary muscles? The muscles which are under our control. which we can move according to our wish are called voluntary muscles. Examples, muscles of our hands and legs. Voluntary muscles are also called as striated muscles, skeletal muscles. Why they are called skeletal muscles? Because these muscles are attached to our bones and helps in movement. Hence they are called skeletal muscles. If the muscles are stained and observed under the microscope, we find striations. Do you know what are striations? Dark and light bands. Hence these muscles are called striated muscles. These cells are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleated, means having many nucleus. Next, let us learn about involuntary muscles. The muscles which are not under our control are called involuntary muscles. The cells are long, pointed ends and spindle shaped. The cells are uninucleated, means single nucleus is present. There are no dark and light bands. Hence they are called as unstriated muscles. Where do we find these unstriated muscles? These are found in alimentary canal, that is digestive system, iris of the eye, blood vessels, urinary bladder, uterus. Hence these unstriated muscles are also called as smooth muscles. Another type of muscular tissue is cardiac muscle. These muscle cells are cylindrical, branched, uninucleated. These muscles are found only in heart. They have striations, involuntary, that is not under our control, present in heart, creates a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart. This is about muscular tissue. Nervous tissue. Where do we find these nervous tissue in our body? These nervous tissue are found in brain, spinal cord and nerves. The cells of the nervous tissue are called neurons or nerve cells. Let us see the parts of nerve cell or neuron. Nerve cells have dendrites, cell body, nucleus and long fiber axon and nerve endings. From dendrites, the message will enter to the neuron, and through the long axon the message will carry, and through the nerve ending the message will be going to the next neuron. The messages are transferred inside the neuron in the form of electrical impulses. The main functions of nerve cell is carrying the messages from sense organs to the brain or spinal cord and sending back messages from brain or spinal cord to the different parts of the body. Nervous tissue helps in response to stimuli, that is, any changes in the environment, these animals will respond. This is all about animal tissue. I think you have understood cleanly with animations, pictures and creative video. Please subscribe, comment and share, my dear students. Thanks for watching.